Andy Stevenson for SevereMMA, joined alongside Nathan Kelly here, Premier FC. It's just wrapped up, a great event in Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland, which is not something we say too often. Have you enjoyed the show?
Oh, we had a great night. Good results for the teams. I think we only had one fight that we lost, so good vibes. I'm on a serious buzz. All the lads smashed it today. Even Victor, he came up a bit short, but he put in a good performance. So I'm just delighted. It's good to be on the opposite side of the cage for once. For the last year, I've been the one fighting consistently, so it was good to be the one on the opposite side. I was more nervous for their fights than my own, though, so my heart was in my mouth for most of them, but it was a great night in fairness. Yeah.
A bit of a change for once. Let's talk about you, though. What a performance, what a debut at PFL there recently enough. First round finish over a tough competitor. Yeah. How happy were you with the performance?
I was really happy. I think the performance made him look worse than what he is, but he's a really good lad, you know what I mean? I was just levels above him on the night, but that's not to discredit him as a fighter, but I was just in a different zone, and that's what I know I can fight. I've always kind of, like I said before, I've sometimes held myself back. That Pedersen fight, you know what I mean? That woke me up, because all the other fights I was in kill mode before that, and that one I wasn't. I was just trying to keep it cool and smooth, but after that one I said no more of this, you know what I mean? So I went in with that mindset of kill or be killed, and I did it, you know what I mean? I went in and I knew he wasn't going to move his head off the centre line, and I just took advantage of it and went in, and all the work I did with Dave Roach and the pads leading up to it showed. So I was just really happy to get the win in such a good manner. It was the ESPN slot, you know what I mean? That's pressure. You have to qualify for Europe. That's pressure. You know what I mean? Fighting in his hometown, that's pressure. So I didn't say any of it as pressure. I just thought all is more motivation, you know what I mean? So I'm really happy to get the win, really happy to qualify, and to win like I did and the way that I did, you know what I mean? It's a bit sweeter as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, we've known that you're obviously a jiu-jitsu black belt. We've seen your hands as of late with the stoppages with the hands. You went out there. I've never seen you start a fight like that where you just kind of blitzed them from the very start and came out swinging.
I don't think anyone has. I don't know what it was. He came in close to me with it. He threw a leg kick, and normally when you throw a kick, it takes you a second to get your balance. So I just thought, fuck it, just gonna lay into him here. You know what I mean? Because he was so close to me. So like that, he didn't move his head off the centre line, and I landed 7 out of 8 punches or something like that. You know what I mean? So I just knocked him back. Fell into the takedown, more or less. I was getting stick on TikTok actually saying, why is he shooting for the legs? We actually lost my balance, so I had to just end up in a good position rather than being in a bad position. But once I broke away from the cage, that's when I felt loose then, and I was like, I feel like I'm meant to be here, you know what I mean? And I felt like I had perfect control of the distance. Every punch, I felt I was always just a step away from landing, and I was, you know what I mean? I was just teeing off on him on the night, and really showed how good my striking is. I always wanted to show how good my striking was previously, but all my fights were kind of like early finishes, and now this one was an early finish as well, but I really showed a lot more of what I'm able to do with me boxing, you know what I mean? So this was a good one to show where I'm at with my hands, and then obviously to show where I'm at with me grappling, to switch it on the way I had to, you know what I mean?
So it was more improvisation going for the takedown as it went to the mat, rather than a decision.
When I took us back.
No, so were you saying that so you were smashing them on the feet basically, and people were saying, oh, maybe you could have gone for the finish with the hands. But it was more you lost your balance.
Yeah, I kind of was just swinging like a mad thing, you know what I mean? Swinging like I was in a scrap on the field and fucking fell into him, you know what I mean? But after that, then it's funny. I actually wish that PFL recorded it, because in my warm up with Dave, we were doing like a little spar style warm up, and we knew it was me landing shots, him entering, me using a frame and taking the back. I literally did the exact same thing 10 minutes before my fight with Dave. You know what I mean? I thought that was cool. I wish they caught it on record, because I literally did it step for step how I finished the fight in 10 minutes before. You know what I mean? So that's how well drilled we were. We knew what he would expect. We knew what he was going to do when we did what we did. So it was just a matter of capitalising and proving on the night that I'm one of the best in Ireland, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were in a prime role, really. Your debut on a main card on ESPN in the US. Did you feel kind of going into the fight that PFL were kind of giving you this push as, one of the new guys in the organisation?
I'd like to think they were, you know what I mean? Because we were interviewed by them in the days leading up to it, so I essentially got the vibe of it, you know what I mean? The voice I was bringing and the confidence I was bringing. I think I was actually talking to Kenny Florian. Kenny Florian said that my opponent was he's like underestimated me a bit. He was a bit too up on himself.
He was kind of dismissive of you.
He was, and even if the lads asked me before, I was like, "Oh, this lad's tough. He's gonna be a tough fight." Blah blah. I was bigging him up. You know what I mean? Like, but I still said I'm gonna box the head off him. You know what I mean? But I said he's gonna be a tough fight. But he was a bit dismissive of my skills. He's on the average. Blah blah blah. So I found that out after, but in my head going into that with the ESPN slot and all that jazz, I was like, "Nate, you have to shine here." You know what I mean? All the US watching you, this is where you really can break into a market, and I wanted to break into the US market in the right way. And I think obviously the way I performed, coming out like a bleeding mad thing, you know what I mean? I think I gained a few extra eyes on me that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how you could have done better. Like, how would you rate that performance as a debut?
There's still some things that I'll nitpick at, you know what I mean? Like,
This is where you say 10 out of 10.
Well, I'll say 10 out of 10, yeah. But I was literally my best performance, you know what I mean? I felt there on the night, felt calm. I wasn't one bit nervous. Like, I could look at him, I'd sense he was nervous, and I just played off on that, you know what I mean? Because I've been there before fighting in front of the hometown crowd and all that jazz. And it is a lot of pressure on you, you know what I mean? So I was just going in, hoping that pressure would get the better of him. Maybe it did, but I just came out, rocked him early. It's hard to come back from a fight, or hard to get back in a fight when you've been rocked early, you know what I mean? So I took advantage of that and just showed what my instinct to hunt finishes is there. And I mean, I always say, once I know someone's hurt, I can capitalise at the right moment, and that's what I've done again on another night, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the PFL brass were happy with your performance. Did you have any conversations with them in the back after about what's next, and even maybe their feedback on your debut?
Well, I just got a lot of good feedback. The CEO was very happy with me. Ray Sefo, the president, he was happy with me. All the production team were happy with me. They were saying kind of, a lot of the lads came out kind of tentative and cautious on the night. You just came out like fucking didn't give a bollocks, you know what I mean? So, and that obviously got a lot of attention.
That's the Finglas coming out.
That's it, just the scrappy side of me. But they thought that was entertaining, and then the fact that I finished him the way that I did was obviously impressive as well, because he was a tough fighter, you know what I mean? The lads knew he was tough. Like, he was the favourite going into it. I don't know how the bookmakers lost a fortune that night. All the lads won a few bombing me, but he was the favourite going in. So I just wanted to show you're after picking the wrong man, you know what I mean? Like, no one in there was going to beat. I could have fought fucking John Jones in there, and I would have topped the head off him, you know what I mean? In my head that day. But I impressed people, I impressed myself, impressed me and coaches, and I did everyone who came over for me. I got them a win as well, you know what I mean? They travelled over, I brought a few over, so it was nice to get the win in front of my friends and family as well. Yeah,
you've qualified for the Challenger Series, the European Challenger Series. Does that mean, is it next year before we see you again, or are we likely to see you before then?
I'd say it'd be next year. They said within the first quarter of next year. Now, obviously, I'm not sure how it works, because I don't know. I think I'm the only one in the featherweight division in Europe at the minute, because I'm the only one who had a qualifier fight. So I'm not sure exactly how it's working. I have a little bit of a tummy injury. I just need to get this sorted. So I need to find out what the crack is of this. If it's surgery or just like rehab, it's just a bit of a ligament. Like, I have good use of it. It's just the doctors are just being a bit peculiar with it, you know what I mean? Because they have to be. But hopefully it's just a bit of rehab, back training, then probably. Like, I was already back training in fairness, but I'm just going to keep tapping away. I won't be fighting outside of it. I just don't think there's a point, you know what I mean? I'm after getting in with a good promotion. You know what I mean?
Exclusive contract.
Yeah, why would I spoil it? You know what I mean? I'm there. I'm happy to be there. They treat me very well, so I'll just keep topping up the skills until then, and then I'll be even better then by the time comes around the next time, you know what I mean?
You know, how happy, or, you know, it must be very satisfying going from, you started off your pro career, you know, not in a great spot really, both in the cage and outside the cage as well, to be where you are now. You've signed with a massive organisation, you've had a phenomenal debut, and you're one of the best prospects at 145 in the country now. You know, how satisfying is that to see where you've kind of come from a couple of years ago to now in your career?
It's good, because it's all just a story of hard work, you know what I mean? Like, I've obviously been in bad spots. I lost my first 2 pro fights, moved up a weight, I won my fight, took a break from the sport, went downhill mentally, you know what I mean? In a position where I never thought I'd get out of, and now with just a bit of self-belief and determination, I got out of that bad spot, and like, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't work my bollocks off, you know what I mean? So all the success I'm having and all that jazz just comes down to me work ethic, you know what I mean? I'm fully committed to this. I left my job at the start of the year, and since then, I've just been blitzing people, you know what I mean? I've been training every day, twice a day. You know, I'm building the skills up way more the chances than I ever had, you know what I mean? So now I'm really leveling up, you know what I mean? So I'm just really happy to be where I'm at, you know what I mean? There's a lot to be said for the comeback, you know what I mean? And I'm just glad to have come back the way I did. And I'm on a 6 fight win streak now, 5 first-round finishes, not too shabby, you know what I mean? So in my head, I'm just determined to keep that going and just always better each fight, you know what I mean? I know I've done well in the last fight, 4th-round finish. I always want to be better the next one, always be better than the last performance, you know what I mean? So it'll be hard to top off the last one, but I'm going to try, you know what I mean? I don't know how easy it's going to be, but I'll try my best to be better next time.
You said it yourself, not too shabby indeed. Nathan Kelly, the face of PFL Europe. Congratulations again, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Legend. Cheers. Thanks very much.